What's up, everybody? Mark from RBI Breaks. It is 5:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday, June 13th, 2021. We are breaking. I guess we're going to try this again. Right in the middle, we got an interruption, huh? First thing. Let me check on my end, make sure my connection is good. It's good on my end. We're good here. We'll start over. It is 5:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday, June 13th, 2021. We are breaking a 2021 Bowman Mega Box with exclusive Mojo. It's a 40 box team break, and it is eBay letter H1. That is eBay letter H1, the 5 p.m. Eastern 40 box Bowman Mega Break. Looks like we're good now. I just want to welcome anybody and everybody new to one of our breaks and to the group. Anybody that's been in one of our breaks before and it's been in the group, welcome back. Real quick, for anybody that's new or hasn't broke with us for a while, what you're looking at on your screen, the main screen will be the break cam. That is where I'll be breaking the cards. Behind it is what we call the grandstand. That is where I'll be putting the hits from the break. In the upper right-hand corner, it's very crowded, but that is a product cam. That is a live camera, not a picture. I'll be pulling from that in real time as we do this break. And in the upper left-hand corner is the overhead cam, where you can see, again, the product, how deep it is and stacked, along with everything else always stays on camera in the break. Real quick, the top row of the grandstand, because it's going to get crowded, I imagine, with 40 boxes. The top row of the grandstand, we do things a little bit different at RBI. We designate players that we believe have the most upside to be in a graded form, and what we do is the second they're pulled, we will put them immediately in a penny sleeve and then in a grade ready card saver. So you're getting yourself a true pack fresh, case fresh, grade ready card. Those players that we'll be doing that are Maxima Acosta, Kevin Alcantara, Blaze Jordan, Austin Martin, Aaron Sabato, and because I didn't get a chance, there's two more additional ones. Will be Peguero for the Pirates and De La Rosa for the Nationals. Now, that's any time that we hit Chrome or higher, they will be put into a card saver, grade ready card saver. The only paper that I will be top loading will be Blaze Jordan and Austin Martin. I will be making separate piles of cards that will be sleeved, of course, before that they get shipped out to you. But especially in this break, I can't do all of that on camera, or we'll be here till Monday afternoon. So the way that I'm going to do this break is I'm going to do it in 10 boxes at a time. So we'll break it up into 4 sections. I will open the 4. I will open the 10 mega boxes, pull out the packs. Then we'll break down the packs. We'll do the base cards, base packs first, and then we'll do the Mojo packs last in 10 box form. So we'll break it up into 4 sections. If anybody has any questions, concerns, comments, throw them up in the chat. I will do my absolute best to keep up with them. At the same time, moving this break at a decent pace because we got a lot. I got a lot of boxes to open, so there'll be plenty of intermissions for you to get a drink or a snack. That being said, I wish everybody the best of luck, and I am going to start with 10 boxes, break them down, and get into it. Here we go. All right. Again. Gonna open the 10 boxes, pull the packs out, get the packs on camera, and then I will open the packs, stack the packs, the open packs up, and we will go through the hits that way. So every mega box has 4 of the base packs. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. And 2 of the Mojos. So I will be working it that way. I was looking at some box scores today for the MLB. What the Blue Jays score 100 runs today? I saw. What did everybody hit a home run on that team? What did you miss this box? Come on. He's got 21 homers now. Jeez, oh man. He's got to have close to 60 RBIs, I would guess, at this point. He's on MVP pace. All right. Let's get our stacks right. Ten boxes, 2 mojos per box. We're looking at 20 mojos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 20. Those I will do after the base packs. Those will stay here. I'm actually going to bring the camera down a little bit for this one because we are going to break. There we go. All right. As I said, I'm going to open all of the base packs first. Go through that. We'll be pulling out and card saving first Bowman Chromes of the list I went over from the start. Again, if you just jumped in now, that is Acosta, Alcantara, Jordan, Martin, Sabato, Pagaro, and De La Rosa in chrome form. In paper form, I will top load on cam Blaze Jordan and Austin Martin. All first Bowman Chromes will come sleeved, along with all Mojos will come sleeved. Again, I won't be doing that while I have this here. Blaze Jordan paper before it gets buried. Again, all the Mojos will be sleeved. Again, I'm not going to sleeve them all on camera because it'll be a 6-hour break, but they will all come to you sleeved. Of course, I will do all the hits when we hit them. Nick, believe it or not, well, this is gonna sound like a I don't know. I guess it's not really a hypocrite. It's gonna sound weird. I don't. I mean, I follow baseball, as in watching stats and stuff like that, but I've never been a baseball fan, believe it or not. I'm a huge I'm a huge football fan, but I don't do football breaks. It's weird, right? Um, I find it easier to enjoy this breaking, not having a favorite or lean towards a certain way. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I'm from the Philadelphia area, so you know, my family has all been Phillies fans. In fact, little known fact, a very, very, very close family friend uh, is Lee Elia, who coached the Philadelphia Phillies in the 80s. He's actually my father's godfather. So I kind of grew up a Phillies fan, but not a baseball fan, if that makes any sense. I played football, watched football my whole life. Another Blaze Jordan seems to be on the back. Yeah, I mean I definitely follow baseball. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I watch Sports Center. You know, I'm obviously I break mostly baseball. About well, 100% baseball right now. But I'm moving into football and basketball coming up in the very near future. But I follow football the closest. Baseball. I grew up again in a baseball loving family as a Philadelphia Philly fan, but baseball just never was exciting for me. It's more exciting for me now that I'm older than for when I was a kid or younger. Just basically the pace of the game, kind of when you're a younger kid, isn't the most exciting thing in the world to watch a baseball game. All right, let me get my sponges out so I can see how I'm going to separate this. These are the, how many packs? 40 packs, base packs that I'm going to go through now, and then I'll do the mega after. This is the first 10 boxes. We're going to do this 4 times. So hang in there. We'll make some decent time, but it's more about the hits than the time. So let's pull some nice stuff out here for everybody. Here we go with base packs, and let me first adjust the camera because it's on autofocus and it'll go in and out and drive me crazy. That, let's see if I brighten it up a hair. There we go. Oh, and I open the window, nice spring day, and a bug comes in, of course. Here we go. Now, again, I'll be making different piles. Adley will be sleeved. Gorman Chrome. The papers, as I said, on cam will be Jordan and Austin Martin, which will get put into top loaders right away. The other of the 6 that I said will just be put on a separate pile, which will be sleeved. You'll see me making the piles here, and I can promise you everything will come to you sleeved, safe, as they do out of this pack. So again, in these, again, they're called base packs because they don't put any inserts in them. Here's our first Acosta Chrome for the Rangers. Again, anytime I hit a Chrome version of who we spoke to, they immediately get put into a penny sleeve, which don't cost a penny anymore. and put into a grade ready card saver so that you can get your best return on your player slash team. Um, all cards do ship. There's you bought the cards, you paid for the cards, you're paying for shipping on the cards. The last thing I want to do is keep any of your cards. So never understood it, but here we go with Acosta number 2. Texas coming out quick. I don't want anyone's cards. So all cards do ship. At the end of this break, I will do a recap. It'll probably be a bigger recap because it's a pretty big break. But we'll do a recap of the hits, and I'll do a quantity count of the how many players? 7 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 players. Piguero paper. That's going to go into our sleeved pile, which is here. Hassel and Beer. I always see those guys together. Torkelson. Again, I'm making a pile to be sleeved. Jose Montero chromes. Bruhan and Avavra. Easy mega packs. Whitley and Maton or Maton first chrome. Oh, there we go, messing up my piles. That's paper. Torque chrome. Whitley and Armstrong for the 3rd time. Garcia and Rosario chrome. Welker and Allen chrome. I can already see that I'm going to have to shift these piles like this. Lacey and Allen chrome. This pile is going to go there. Velade chrome and Wander Franco chrome. Lofton and Luciano. Amaya and Mina for the Padres. Again, first chrome. Vogel and Arias chrome firsts. Hendrick and Gore chrome. Shoemake and Green. Jones and Salas first chrome. Henderson and De La Rosa is on our list to be sleeved and card saved, grade ready. Vogel first for the Dodgers. Gorman Chrome. Walker, Liberatore, Cardinals. Meyer and Stott Chrome. Marsh and Montero Chrome. Romo and Severino first Chrome for the Twins. Marsh and Sanchez Chrome first. Robinson and Cavaco. And I get it. This is the boring part. The base packs are the boring part. I get it. The Mojos are going to be all the fun. Mick Abel, first Chrome. Armstrong Chrome. Howard and Beer. Callahan and Sanchez Chrome first. Acosta Paper. Gray and Cavaco Chrome. Alvarez and Arias Chrome first. Robinson and Vavra again. Rosario and Arias Chrome first again for the Tigers. Welker and Liberatore Chrome. And paper. All right, let me just clean this pile up, get it in the box to be sorted or go to sorting. And then we'll rip the Mojos and get ready to have some fun. All right, this is going to be my pile of sleeves, which are going to stay there. Probably going to need more sponges. We're good there. I'm going to rip all these and make one pile, and then we will go through them. As I said, all the Mojos will come sleeved. All Mojo Bowman firsts will come sleeved and top loaded. So, just so everybody knows, all the first Bowman first mojos of any player will come sleeved and top loaded. There's an Acosta. All right. That is the robbers. I'm going to set this pile back a little bit. Pull from it that way. Set up my stations. And that's good. We'll pull from it that way. Here we go. Double check. Nobody needs to jump in the group real quick. Looks like we're good. And here we go. I don't want to peel it at a hit right away because it'll ruin the fun. These are the 20 Mojo packs from the first 10 boxes, just so everybody knows where we're at. Logan Gilbert for the Mariners, Reed Detmers for the Angels, Riley Green for the Tigers, Hunter Bishop for the Giants, Austin Hendrick for the Reds, Anthony Volpe for the Yankees, Nolan Gorman for the Cardinals, Bobby Dalbec, fan favorites. I'll put the inserts over here. For the Red Sox, Arias, first Mojo, Bayron Lora for the Rangers, Dominguez, who I'm going to sleeve. Let me see how I'm going to do this, because I got to sleeve something here. Got to start building a showcase here. Dominguez goes in a top loader. Daniel Lynch for the Royals. Futurist Emerson Hancock for the Mariners. Xavier Edwards for the Rays. Royce Lewis for the Twins. Jared Kelly, first Mojo for the White Sox. Eddie Diaz. Looks like we got some green coming up here. Eddie Diaz, first Mojo for the Rockies. and a green out of 99. Brett. Mets fans would have to help me out. It's either Batty or Beatty. I think it's Batty, but I could be wrong. Green Mojo Parallel, numbered to 99. For the Mets, that is number 46 of 99 for the Mets. Jordan Westburg for the Orioles. Corbin Carroll for the Diamondbacks. Choi for the the Dodgers. And a Kevin Alcantara Mojo for the New York Yankees. Rookie of the Year favorites, Nate Pearson for the Blue Jays, Matt Thompson for the White Sox, Matt Manning for the Tigers, Gabriel Arias for the Cleveland Indians. First, looks like we got a yellow coming up here. Bayron Lora for the Rangers, and there's a nice one, New York. Who's got the Yankees out there? Kevin Alcantara, Bowman first, Mojo. I believe this is yellow. Yep, yellow, numbered out of 75. That is number 74 of 75. Nice hit for the Yankees. Emerson Hancock for the Mariners, and another Choi first for the Dodgers. Ramos for the Giants, Vaughn for the White Sox, Trammell for the Mariners, Gilbert for the Mariners, Reed Detmers for the Angels, Zach Veen for the Rockies, another Dominguez, and we got some sort of color behind it. So far, it looks like these boxes were printed in New York, or came out of a Target in New York. We have a blue for the Atlanta Braves. Ian Anderson, Rookie of the Year favorites, numbered to 150. That is number 99. 99 out of 150 Blue Mojo Rookie of the Year favorites. Ian Anderson for the Braves. Choi again for the Dodgers. And from the Target in New York, apparently, another Kevin Alcantara. For the Yankees. Jackson Rutledge for the Nationals. Brett Batty for the Mets. Rookie of the Year favorites Alec Bohm for the Phillies. C.J. Abrams for the Padres. Jose Tina for the Indians first. And a Maximo Acosta first Bowman Mojo for the Rangers. Zach Veen for the Rockies. Evan White, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Mariners. Jose Salas for the Marlins. Bowman first. Asa Lacy for the Royals. Reyes first Mojo for Detroit. Got a purple coming up. Max Meyer for the Marlins. And a purple Patrick Bailey, numbered out of 250 Mojo for the San Francisco Giants. That is number 139 out of 250. Purple Mojo parallel for the Giants. Adley for the Orioles. Soderstrom for the Athletics. Trent DeVoe, Bowman first Mojo for the Angels. And there is Austin Martin. Austin Martin Mojo for the Toronto Blue Jays. Rookie of the Year favorites for the Marlins, Jazz Chisholm. Trammell for the Mariners. Alec Thomas for the Diamondbacks. Kelnick for the Mariners. Hancock for the Mariners. Mick Abel, futurist insert for the Phillies. Richardson for the Blue Jays. Nick York for the Red Sox. Ramirez Bowman first for the Angels. And a Sabato first Mojo for the Twins. That penny saver, penny saver. That penny sleeve's broken, so we grab a new one. Sabato, one of our 7 players. That'll come grade ready. Rookie of the Year favorites for the Pirates, Cabrian Hayes. Richardson for the Blue Jays. Thompson for the White Sox. Bailey for the Giants. Looks like we have an Aqua. I believe it's Aqua. Gore for the Padres. And nice Bowman first. I'm going to keep calling it Aqua. Parallel Bowman first. Jared Kelly for the White Sox. That is numbered out of 225, and it is number 216 out of 225. Nice Bowman first parallel for the White Sox. Arias first mojo for the Indians. Laura for the Rangers. Whitley for the Astros. Green for the Reds. And a little bit of autographness. Drew Romo for the Colorado Rockies. We go with the broken penny sleeves. If anybody ever orders Beckett penny sleeves, cancel your order. They're terrible. 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 Drew Romo, autograph, on card auto, mojo for the Colorado Rockies. This grandstand's going to get filled pretty quick. Cade Cavalli for the Nationals. Bobby Witt Jr. for the Royals. Mauricio for the Mets. I'm actually going to put the Witt in a top loader. Amaya for the Cubs. Let me do that now before I forget. Mojo Witt, Dominguez, Franco, somebody else. I'm going to top load, and I'll do it now because this way I know it gets done. Rookie of the Year favorites, Joe Adell. Jackson Rutledge for the Nationals. Brett Batty for the Mets. Liberatore for the Cardinals. Looks like we got a blue coming up. Robert Poisson, I don't know. I've heard it so many different ways. Don't get mad at me, Athletic fans or Paulson fans. And, yep, definitely out of New York. This target was in New York. Kevin Alcantara, blue. Mojo, parallel. Numbered out of 150. That is number 70 of 150. That is 70 out of 150. A blue Mojo Alcantara to go with your yellow. Very nice start for the Yankees. Gorman for the Cardinals. Kelnick for the Mariners. Whitley for the Astros. Green for the Reds. Rookie of the Year favorites, Joey Bart for the Giants. Brujan for the Rays. Volpe for the Yankees. Vogel first chrome. Yeah, it's not chrome. Vogel first mojo for the Dodgers. Mick Abel first mojo for the Phillies. Sixto Sanchez. Rookie of the Year favorites, Drew Waters and Bryson Stott. All right, that does it for the first 10 boxes. So let me move my piles around. That was a kind of a little play on what was going on. I don't think they were from New York either. But New York is coming out hot. All right. Make some room, and we'll get into the next 10. We're only 10 in. We're only 10 in. We got plenty of hits to go around. Plenty. I gotta go like this. Let's just keep it moving here. All right. All right. What there's some teams out there. Who are we looking for? Michael, who are we looking for? I mean, I'm gonna guess you don't have the Yankees. So when I see a hit coming up, I can get your attention. All right, you got it, Michael. That's it. Now I found my Toronto guy. You got it. The first box I did on Friday night. I know you don't care because you're probably like I wasn't in. It doesn't mean nothing to me. But the first box I did a 6 box of the retail boxes, which are not blasters. They're 24 packs. They're kind of confusing to people. People think they're blasters, but they're not. I did a 6 box, half a case break of the retail Bowman, and in the first pack, I hit a gold shimmer Austin Martin in the first pack. Right, I got to keep this moving. I'm gonna count the Mojo packs afterwards. Instead of showing these empty boxes, it's gonna take 25 minutes to show these empty boxes. There's no doubt I'm pulling all the cards out. I'll count up the Mojos. It's a really nice card. It actually surprised me because it was upside down. It wasn't backwards. It was upside down, and I saw the gold shimmer, and then I saw the Toronto logo, and it was him. Really nice little picture of it's on the Facebook page. But it was a nice sit. But let's get you some color Mojo. All right. That goes there. Let's just check these this way. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 is 20. So that is all the Mojo packs from the next 10 boxes. Michael, just so I know, what would you rather me hit you? Because I want to know. Would you rather have an autograph or a color Mojo? Just because if we talk it into existence, there's a good chance it happens. So, would you rather have an autograph? I mean, yeah, I know you want both. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying pick one over the other. You won't take both. But what would you prefer? I know you want both. That's the first choice, both. Second choice, auto or color. So if I see it, I can make you happy. All right. Auto is first on your wish list. Maybe a color auto. That would be like a double whammy bonus. Yeah, Joe, I'm going to do my best to fill requests. That's what I like to hear. Because then if I see it coming, I like to be able to give everybody heads up. I'd like to say, Joel, get ready. I want to show you something. You never know, man. They print the cards. They're out there somewhere. I wasn't going to take Matt Manning. Blaze Jordan is always on the bottom here. They are out there somewhere. Why not us? Why can't they be in these boxes right here? I've hit some big cards and some breaks, so it wouldn't surprise me if we hit a big card. Let's get through these base packs first. These are monotonous. I'm going with one big pile this time. All right. Here we go with, what are these? The next 10 boxes, the base packs. So I'll pick up the pace a little bit because I realize that these are not as exciting as we all want them to be. So hang in there. We're going to pick it up. Wander Franco, Chrome. These are paper. Of course, everyone's getting the paper. Day and Bishop. Durant and Stott. All right. See, we'll talk it right into existence, Michael. We'll just keep talking about it. And also talk about how terrible Beckett sleeves are. Terrible. Terrible. Mina first for the Padres. Sabato paper first for the Twins. Nick Matten for the Phillies. Ivan Johnson for first chrome for the Reds. Alcantara paper for the Yanks. Going to need the paper to get the rainbow. Thomas and Zamora. Adams and Sanchez first chrome for the White Sox. Ramirez first chrome for the Angels. Lewis and Cavalli. Gomez first chrome for the Yankees. Ramirez first chrome again for the Angels. Johnson chrome first. Sabato paper first for the Twins. I've seen Anthony Volpe scarred 100 times already. Hall and Zamora. Alvarez and Diaz. Salas first. Chrome for the Marlins. De La Rosa Chrome for the Nats. All right, Matthew. You if you hit something, I'm gonna tag you just so you know. Just so you just so you don't have to wait for the shipment. I don't want to tease you, but the last one I did, I got a Garrett Mitchell. Am I saying it right? Garrett Mitchell. He has a redemption auto in this. So if you see a redemption, you have a good chance of hitting a Garrett Mitchell autograph. Wrong pile. If we hit it, I'll tag you. It's in the wrong spot again. Johnson first, Chrome. Lodolo and Maton or Matan. I don't know. I'm even from Philadelphia. I don't even know how they say it. Downs and Edwards. Wrong pile. Cavalli and Balazovic. Gomez first, Chrome and Thompson. Hall and Manoa, Chromes. Lynch and Edwards, Chrome. Dahlquist and Abrams, Chrome. Soderstrom and Stott. Downs. And last little pile of the base packs. Well, Freddie Zamora. Ramos and Bishop, Chrome. Chatham and Tucker, Chrome. And paper. All right, let me clean this mess up, and we'll get into the Mojos. All right, Mojo time. I'm gonna go face down with them. We're gonna go face down. All right. That is the Mojo wrappers. Let me push this back, set up my piles, sponges to make piles. And this is the next 10 Mojo boxes. These are the Mojo packs. Good luck, everybody. This is where the magic happens. Nolan Jones for the Indians, Brujan for the Rays, Jung for the Rangers, Montero for the Cardinals, Rookie of the Year favorites Bobby Dalbec for the Red Sox, Poisson for the Athletics, Sanchez first for the White Sox. You got an aqua or something. It's an aqua. Casas for the Red Sox. And nice hit for Detroit. Spencer Torkelson. Aqua Mojo. I don't know what you'd call this. A second year card. His second card. First prospect card. Aqua out of 225. That is number 8. 8 out of 225. Aqua Mojo. Spencer Torkelson for the Detroit Tigers. Futurist insert Alvarez for the Mets. Arias, Mojo first for the Indians. Laura for the Rangers. Diaz first for the Rockies. Gomez first for the Yankees. Pache, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Braves. Ivan Johnson first for the Reds. Severino first for the Twins. And we're going to keep talking. We're going to keep talking about it. Matthew, we're going to keep talking about it. Or Michael. I'm sorry. Michael. Matthew Brewer. We're going to hit the Brewer and Michael Austin Martin all day. We're not going to keep using the broken. Mojo. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Reyes first for Detroit. Max Meyer for the Marlins. Hunter Green for the Reds. Liberatore for the Cardinals. Waters for the Braves. Stott for the Phillies. Nate Pearson, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Blue Jays. Mick Abel first for the Philadelphia Phillies. Balazovic for the Twins. Julio Rodriguez for the Mariners. Nick Gonzalez for the Pirates. Hancock Futurist for the Mariners. Ramos for the Giants. Vaughn for the White Sox. Perdomo for the Diamondbacks. Downs for the Red Sox. Dalbec for the Red Sox, Rookie of the Year favorites. Every time I see Severino, last time I saw Austin Martin after him. I don't know if the correlation's the same, but I'm just going to let you know. Severino for the Twins, up. They threw the Maxima Acosta at you instead. Seems like Severino indicates one of the other guys. Acosta, Mojo for the Rangers. Choi first for the Dodgers, and no break is complete without a Kevin Alcantara mojo. Futurist Asalasi for the Royals, Lodolo for the Reds, Robinson for the Diamondbacks, Jared Kelly first mojo for the White Sox, Eddie Diaz first mojo for the Rockies, Christian Javier Rookie of the Year favorites for the Astros, Rodriguez for the Orioles, Hassel for the Padres, India for the Reds, Blade for the the Marlins, Joey Bart for the Giants, Rookie of the Year favorites, Ivan Johnson first for the Reds. Here, let's try it again. Severino for the Twins, and Drew Waters. Didn't work. I thought we had something brewing there. Drew Waters for the Braves, Bryson Stott. Looks like we got a purple coming up here for the Phillies, and a purple Ryan Mountcastle, Rookie of the Year favorites, parallel. I'm throwing it out. How many times can I pick up the same? Rookie of the Year favorites, purple parallel Ryan Mountcastle for the Baltimore Orioles, numbered out of 250. That is number 19 of 250. 1-9. 19 out of 250. Here's another Acosta. Mojo for the Rangers. Zach Veen for the Rockies. Mauricio for the Mets. Maya for the Cubs. Pearson, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Blue Jays. Riley for the Tigers. Riley Green, I should say. Rutledge for the Nationals. Manning for the Tigers. Westberg for the Orioles. And a ink. Pete Crow Armstrong mojo autograph for the New York Mets. That's it for the Mets. Pete Crow Armstrong, a mojo autograph on card. All right. That's where I left off. Jackson Rutledge for the Nationals. Brett Abadie for the Mets. Jazz Chisholm, Rookie of the Year favorites, insert for the Marlins. Westberg again for the Orioles. Corbin Carroll for the Diamondbacks. Cade Cavalli. Feels thicker for some reason, but it's not numbered or anything. I don't know why. Cade Cavalli for the Nationals. A Bobby Witt mojo for the Royals. Futurist insert, Spencer Torkelson for the Tigers. Cavaco for the Twins. Bishop for the Giants. There's a Garrett Mitchell for the Brewers. Luciano for the Giants. Sixto Sanchez insert for the Marlins. Robinson Diamondbacks. Rodriguez Orioles. Perdomo Diamondbacks. Downs Red Sox. Futurist Heston Kierstad. Hassel for the Padres. A Torkelson. Mojo for the Tigers. Detmers for the Angels. Green for the Tigers. Asa Lacy insert for the Royals. Hendrick for the Reds. Abrams for the Padres. Rutledge again for the Nationals. Batty again for the Mets. Sanchez again for the Marlins. Jose Tina first. Jake Vogel first. Antonio Gomez first. Garrett Mitchell Mojo. Luciano, another Torque, and an Ivan Johnson first. All right, let me clean this up, and we'll get into the next 10 boxes. Let me see the way that I did this. All right, next 10. Oh, see, that's why I shake it. Alright, let's just check our mojos because that is where all the good stuff is. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. They'll be waiting for us in a moment. I gotta rip 40 packs of this first. Blaze Jordan seems to be. All right. Besides me needing to take a drink right now. We're officially halfway through the break. So here we go with the next set 10 boxes of the base packs. Good luck, everybody. We'll try and keep the pace moving at a solid movement at the same time without feeling like we're just shuffling cards. Sabato first paper for the Twins. Peguero paper. Doesn't say first on it, but I think we all know what's going on with that. Westberg Gilbert Chromes. Arias first. And finally on the board, a Peguero. It's not a board. It's not a board. Finally on the grandstand, a Peguero. All right. Where was I? Hosie's and more, blah, 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 blah. Again, no break is complete without an Kevin Alcantara. Nick Maton or a Maton first chrome for the Phillies. Trent DeVoe first chrome for the Angels. Ivan Johnson first chrome for the Cincinnati Reds. Sabato first paper for the Twins. Ismael Mina first chrome for the Padres. Vaughn and Kelnick Chrome. Martian Armstrong. Jones Eddie Diaz first Chrome. Alcantara Paper. York and Bishop Chrome. Vaughn and Foscue Chrome. Peraza and Laura Chrome. Dominguez Chrome. Choi first Chrome. Last pile of, whoops, on the camera. Last pile of base packs for the boxes, I don't know, 30, the third group. Severino first Chrome. Sanchez first Chrome for the White Sox. Vogel first Chrome for the Dodgers. Figueroa Paper for the Pirates. Hendrick and Beer Chrome. Shoemake and Julio Rodriguez Chrome. And that does it for the base packs. Let me make some room here. All right, here we go with the Mojos. Let's get these open. Here we go. This is the next. This is the next 10 boxes, which is the next 10 boxes, which is the boxes 21 through 30. Mojo packs. Good luck. Here we go. Here we go. Mojos. Green for the Reds. Libertor for the Cardinals. Luciano. Looks like we got an aqua something. Luciano for the Giants. It's definitely aqua. I thought it was maybe the light. Jackson Rutledge, aqua. For the Washington Nationals, numbered out of 225. That is number 210 out of 225. 210 out of 225. Jackson Rutledge, aqua. Futurist insert, Spencer Torkelson. Cavaco for the Twins. Hendrick for the Reds. Gray for the Dodgers. Shoemake for the Braves. Bobby Witt Jr. Futurist insert for the Royals. Hunter Green again for the Reds. Libertor again for the Cardinals. Jordan Adams for the Angels. Jaron Duran for the Red Sox. Rookie of the Year favorites, Jake Cronenworth for the Padres. Robert Paulson for the Athletics. Yolbert Sanchez, first mojo for the White Sox. Cavaco for the Twins. Austin Hendrick for the Reds. Rookie of the Year favorites, Tristan McKenzie for the Indians. Reed Detmers for the Angels. Riley Green for the Tigers. Hunter Bishop for the Giants. C.J. Abrams for the Padres. And a little bit of ink for the Washington Nationals. Cade Cavalli. On-card Mojo autograph. For the Washington Nationals. Jackson Rutledge for the Nationals, and Brett Batty for the Mets. Asa Lacy for the Royals. We got I don't know, is that pink, magenta, fuchsia? They got every color, I don't understand. Edwards for the Rays, and a Cavaco. So the Twins was hoping maybe a Sabato, but a Cavaco, I don't know, fuchsia? I'm going to say fuchsia. Fuchsia, Mojo Fuchsia. Numbered out of 199 for the Minnesota Twins. It is number 34 out of 199. Fuchsia Mojo. I'm going to have to make a switcheroo here. Put the ink back up here and the color down here. There we go. And we left off here. Adley Rushman for the Orioles Mojo. Soderstrom for the Athletics. Thompson for the White Sox. Looks like we got a purple coming up here. Nick York for the Red Sox. And a nice Mick Abel. Purple Mojo for the Philadelphia Phillies. Numbered out of 250. That is number 29 out of 250. 29 out of 250. Bowman first purple mojo for the Philadelphia Phillies. Gilbert for the Mariners, Detmers for the Angels, Manning for the Tigers, Westberg for the Orioles, Sixto Sanchez insert for the Marlins, Riley Green for the Tigers, Rutledge for the Nats, Bowman first mojo Ramirez for the Angels, and we got a pink or a fuchsia, I don't know what it is. So we got a Sabato coming up here. For the Twins. And of course, Matthew left too early because he didn't get any Brewers. But he's got, I don't know, fuchsia. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep calling it fuchsia. Out of 199, Garrett Mitchell for the Brewers. Parallel. Garrett Mitchell, fuchsia mojo, numbered out of 199. That is 117 out of 199 for Matthew that's not watching. And the Brewers. Balazovic for the Twins, Ramos for the Giants, Asalasi for the Royals, Edwards for the Rays, Dylan Carlson, Rookie of the Year favorite insert for the Cardinals, Alvarez for the Mets, Kirby for the Mariners, Rosario for the Red Sox, Nolan Jones for the Indians, Christian Pache, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Atlanta Braves. Jared Kelly, we got a purple coming up here. Jared Kelly first for the White Sox. Eddie Diaz first for the Rockies. And a Tristan Casas purple mojo for the Red Sox. Numbered out of 250. That is number 66 out of 250 for the Red Sox. going back-to-back Red Sox. Blaze Jordan Mojo. Alvarez for the Mets. Lewis for the Twins. Rosario for the Red Sox. Tristan McKenzie, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Indians. Ramos for the Giants. Vaughn for the White Sox. Edwards for the Rays. Lewis again for the Twins. And a Yolbert Sanchez autograph for the Chicago White Sox. Yolbert Sanchez, Inc. for the Chicago White Sox Mojo autograph. Ramos, whoever has the Giants probably has 22 Ramos Mojo cards. Just gonna let you know. Andrew Vaughn for the White Sox. Rosario for the Red Sox. Nolan Jones for the Indians. Ian Anderson, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Braves. Trammell for the Mariners. Alek Thomas for the Diamondbacks. Morel Mojo first for the Cubs. Salas Mojo first for the Marlins. Jake Cronensworth, fan favorite for the Padres. Trammell again for the Mariners. Alek Thomas again for the Diamondbacks. And last little pile here. Julio Rodriguez for the Seattle Mariners. Nick Gonzalez for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Joe Adell, Rookie of the Year favorites. Insert. Rodriguez for the Orioles. Hassel for the Padres. Trent DeVoe for the Angels. And no ink, but consistent, Austin Martin for the Blue Jays. Addison Reyes. It's not Addison. I say it every time. There's no way that guy name is Addison. Adinso Reyes. First Mojo for the Tigers. A Torkelson for the Tigers. Ivan Johnson first for the Reds. Looks like it's definitely some sort of color coming because it's going back-to-back inserts. Robert Hassel for the Padres. And that is an orange out of 25 for the Mets. Francisco Alvarez, futurist insert. And back to these sleeves. Futurist insert Francisco Alvarez. Orange, numbered out of 25. That is number 12 of 25 for the New York Mets. Nice low number parallel. I'm trying, Chris. Futurist Robert Hassel. Royce Lewis for the Twins. Rosario for the Red Sox. A Torkelson for the Tigers. Ivan Johnson, first mojo for the Reds. Alec Boehm, fan favorite. It's not fan, rookie of the year favorite for the Phillies. Nolan Jones, and a Brujan mojo. Let me clean these up. Once I figure out how I put these in the box. So when they go to sorting, they know exactly how to sort it correctly. Got it. All right. Last 10 mega boxes coming up. I have 100 more mega boxes coming in. 100, 100. I'm thinking about doing like a super mega break and doing all 100 in one break. So I'm probably going to put a poll up on the Facebook page. I like to do the bigger breaks than the smaller 5 or 10 card. It's too thin to break that way of a product. So I'm either considering 2 50 box breaks or one 100 box break. And then I was either going to put on the pull either PYT or a player break. So I'll post it. But that's what I have coming up next in Mojo. Standard Bowman, I'm breaking retail next week. Those the retail boxes, half cases, 6-box breaks. But as for the Mojo, it's starting to dry up. So I would like to do a massive 100 box break. All right. Let's push these back over here. Check our mojos that we're good. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And let me rip 40 packs of these a while. There's the Blaze Jordan. At the end of the break, just so everybody knows, I upload this video or this break to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is RBI Breaks. Please subscribe if you're not a member. If you're watching this break on YouTube and you're not a member of our Facebook group, because we do Facebook member only breaks inside the group, please join our Facebook group at RBI Breaks. Losing my eyesight. All right. Here we go with the last 10 boxes of the base packs. Good luck. As we said before, no break is complete without a Kevin Alcantara. Papers. Jones, Diaz, Chrome. Figueroa, paper. Henderson, Tucker, Chrome. Paper. Bruhan and Green, Chrome. Paper. Adley and Salas, first, Chrome for the Marlins. Paper. Green and J-Rod for the Tigers and the Mariners. Paper. Tina and Diaz, first chromes for the Rockies and the Indians. Kierstad, chrome, and Gomez, first chrome. Bowman first for the Yankees. Rodriguez and Crow Armstrong, chrome. Paper. Callahan and Beer, chrome. Sabato, first paper. Gray and Rodriguez, chrome. Paper. Manning and Wander Franco, chrome for the Rays. Paper. Hendrick and Cower, chrome. Feliciano and Manoa Chrome. Carroll and Garcia Chrome. Peguero Paper for the Pirates. Westberg and Gilbert Chrome. Arias and a Peguero Chrome for the Pirates. Papers. Kirby and Manoa that time. Paper. Gonzalez and Arias first Chrome for the Tigers. Green and Severino first for the Twins. Here's a Maximo Acosta Chrome first for the Rangers. Again, at the end of the break, as all of our breaks, I will do a recap of the hits and a quantity count of the 7 players that were card saving. Diaz Chrome, Paper, Peraza and Groshans Chrome, Robinson and Cavaco Chrome, Freeman and Reyes Chrome for the Tigers, Vogel first Chrome for the Dodgers, Liberatore, Kierstead and Garcia Chrome, Langeliers and Green Chrome, Ramos and Cavaco again, Sabato Paper first for the Twins, Bailey and Allen Chrome, Mick Abel first Chrome and a Wander Franco Chrome, Ed Howard and Casey Martin Chromes, Paulson and Davidson, both for the Athletics Chrome, Trammell and Kelnick. Now they're separating them by teams. Topps Coalition, hard at work. Wells and Liberatore Chromes. Boz and Gore Chrome. Terang and Manoa. The 27th Chrome Manoa. Espino and Gilbert Chrome. Freeman and Fulton Chrome. Mitchell and Peguero Chrome. Acosta paper for the Rangers. Chatham and Trent DeVoe Bowman first Chrome. And that does it for the base packs of this break. Let me put everything in the box to go to sorting. And we will get into Daryl, no crazy blaze yet. No crazy blaze yet. I wish the Yankee guy would come in and say, any crazy Yankees? Because then I could go, yeah, there was. All right. Here we go. I will open the last 20 Mojo packs of the break. Oh, okay. There's always a sniper team waiting in the weeds on an eBay auction, waiting to snipe a team. All right. Here we go with the last 10 boxes. These are the 20 Mojo packs out of the last 10 boxes. So this is where we're at, and I wish everybody the best of luck. Here we go. Severino, So far, it's been a Acosta and a Austin Martin real close to this card. Let's find out. Severino first, and this time it was an Acosta. See, Topps doesn't disappoint. They always do the same stuff. Maximo Acosta, first Bowman Mojo for the Rangers. Zach Veen for the Rockies. Bryson Stott for the Phillies. Julio Rodriguez for the Mariners. Jason Dominguez for the Yankees. Brennan Davis for the Clubs. Did I say Clubs? I meant Cubs. Rookie of the Year favorites, Joey Bart for the Giants. Nick Gonzalez for the Pirates. Trent DeVoe, Bowman first, Mojo for the Angels. Jose Salas, Bowman first, Mojo for the Marlins. Asa Lacy for the Royals. Rookie of the Year favorites, Nick Madrigal for the White Sox. Jose Tina, first Bowman Mojo for the Indians. Jake Vogel, Bowman first Mojo for the Dodgers. Looks like we got a blue coming up. Edwards for the Rays. And a blue team color match, Brennan Davis for the Chicago Cubs. Numbered out of 150. That is number 99 out of 150. Futurist insert, Kierstad for the Orioles. Bowman first, Mick Abel for the Philadelphia Phillies. Jordan Balazovic for the Twins. Rosario for the Red Sox. Nolan Jones for the Indians. And a fuchsia. Are we back to that color again? Fuchsia. Fuchsia. Rookie of the Year favorites. Evan White for the Seattle Mariners. Who doesn't want to go in that sleeve? Numbered out of 199. That is number 60 out of 199. Matthew Liberatore for the Cardinals. Clausen for the Athletics. Bruhan for the Rays. Volpe for the Yankees. Rookie of the Year favorites, Tristan McKenzie for the Indians. Gabriel Arias, first mojo for the Cleveland Indians. Yolbert Sanchez, first mojo for the Chicago White Sox. Oh, hey. Hey, green Cabrian Hayes. Green Cabrian Hayes, Rookie of the Year favorites. Insert parallel for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Again, that is a green numbered to 99. That is number 5. Nope. Maybe 85. Nope, that's 85. Nice stamp, Tops. 85 out of 99. Rookie of the Year favorites, Cabrian Hayes for the Pirates. Parallel. Nice hit for the Pirates. Futurist, Austin Hendrick, insert for the Reds. Jake Vogel, first for the Dodgers. Mick Abel again for the Phillies. A Bobby Witt Jr. Mojo for the Kansas City Royals. Langeliers for the Braves. Andre Jimenez, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Indians. Blazovic for the Twins. Ramos for the Giants. Morel, we got a purple coming up. Morel for the Cubs. And a J.J. Bleday purple mojo parallel for the Miami Marlins. That is numbered out of 250, and that is number 179 out of 250. 179. Futurist Luciano for the Giants. Jose Tina, first mojo for the Indians. Jake Vogel again for the Dodgers, first. Jose Salas, first for the Marlins. Asa Lacy for the Royals. Christian Pache, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Braves. Mick Abel, first Bowman for the Philadelphia Phillies. Balazovic for the Twins. Adley Rushman for the Orioles. Tyler Soderstrom for the Athletics. Emerson Hancock, insert for the Mariners. Bruhan for the Rays. Nolan Gorman for the Cardinals. Ed Howard for the Cubs. Kierstad for the Orioles. Evan White, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Mariners. Anthony Volpe for the Yankees. And Kelnick for the Mariners. All right. Here we go. Here we go with the last pile. Oh, right on top. Michael, it's right on top. Austin Martin. Mojo for the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's finish strong, everybody. Let's finish strong. I'm not going to say Addison Reyes, even though I wanted to. It's just Reyes right now. Bowman first mojo for the Tigers. Rookie of the Year favorites, Joey Bart for the Giants. Hunter Green for the Reds. Liberatore, Cardinals. Whoever got the Cardinals, again, I'll bet you have 25 of this card. Liberatore for the Cardinals. We got it looks like an Aqua coming up again. Max Meyer for the Marlins. And it's a nice card. For the Athletics, Robert Paulson, Polosin. Aqua Mojo out of 225 for the Athletics. That is number 89 out of 225. 89 out of 225. Futurist Corbin Carroll for the, who's he for? The Diamondbacks. Another Robert Paulson. Yolbert Sanchez first. Perdermo Mojo for the Diamondbacks. Jeter Downs for the Red Sox. Bobby Dalbec, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Red Sox. Hunter Bishop for the Giants. C.J. Abrams for the Padres. Jonathan India for the Reds. Got a blue coming up. J.J. Bleday. And blue ink for the Cleveland Indians. Angel Martinez. On-card auto. Numbered out of 150. It's a nice auto for the Indians. For the Cleveland Indians, Angel Martinez, Bowman Mojo autograph, blue parallel, numbered to 150. That is number 12, 1-2 out of 150. Nice hit for the Indians. Jose Tina, first mojo. Jake Vogel, first mojo. Drew, looks like we got a teal or aqua, whatever it's called. Drew Waters, mojo. And who would guess it'd be Jake Vogel? We've seen him in every pack. Good run for the Dodgers. Bowman first aqua parallel, numbered to 225. Jake Vogel, first Bowman, number 223 out of 225. 223 out of 225. Futurist insert, Riley Green for the Tigers. Brennan Davis for the Cubs. Daniel Lynch for the Royals. Bryson Stott for the Phillies. Julio Rodriguez for the Seattle Mariners. Christian Pache, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Atlanta Braves. Nick Matten, first mojo for the Phillies. Ismael Mina, first mojo for the Padres. Rosario for the Red Sox. Nolan Jones for the not the Red Sox, the Indians. Ryan Mountcastle, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Orioles. Ed Howard for the Cubs. Kierstad for the Orioles. Bruhan for the Rays. Volpe for the Yankees. Futurist Alvarez for the Mets. A Wander Franco mojo for the Rays. A De La Rosa for the Washington Nationals. And a Cade Cavalli to finish off the break for the Nationals. Let me clean this up and we will do a recap of the break. All right. A recap. Yeah, some breaks. I mean, I don't have to tell everybody. Everybody knows who've been in breaks before. Some breaks. Some teams hit hard, and some teams miss hard. It's the craziness of Topps Coalition and dumb luck mixed together. All right, let me do a little color matching, and I'll do this with some sort of organization. Believe me, I would like to give everybody. I'd like to pull everybody everything. I have no stake in the game to not pull every great card out of this stuff. I would love to hit everything. All right. I think I got a good grasp of the way we'll do this. Real easy. Uh, Spencer Torkelson for the Detroit Tigers. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 mojos and a nice aqua mojo numbered out of 225 for the Detroit Tigers, Spencer Torkelson. For the Kansas City Royals, Bobby Witt, we hit 3 mojos. Of course, there was some chromes and inserts and et cetera, et cetera. These are just the base cards that are base mojos that I put in here. For the Yankees, for Jason Dominguez, 1, 2, 3 mojos for the Yankees. Don't worry, they made up with Alcantara. Wander Franco, we got 1 mojo for the Rays. I'll do the players next. For the Rangers, Maxima Acosta, 1, 2, 3. Bowman firsts, chromes. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Bowman first mojos for the Texas Rangers, Maxima Acosta. De La Rosa, we had 2 chrome firsts and 1 mojo first for the Nationals. The Pirates, for Peguero, no mojo, which is, I don't know, weird to me, but no mojo. But 3 chrome, not Bowman first, but Bowman first cards. Peguero for the Pirates. The Twins, Sabato, we had 2 mojo first Bowmans for the Twins. For the Red Sox, Blaze, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Blaze Jordan papers. And 1 Jordan mojo. Austin Martin, he had 1 chrome first Bowman. And 1, 2, 3, 4 grade ready Bowman first mojo Austin Martins for the Toronto Blue Jays. Kevin Alcantara for the Yankees. We had 1, 2 chrome firsts, Alcantaras. Then we had 1, 2, 3 Bowman first mojo Alcantaras. Then we had a blue numbered out of 150 Alcantara first mojo blue parallel. And then why not? We should have a yellow out of 75 Alcantara Bowman first mojo parallel for the New York Yankees. Let me take these down so I can break down the grandstand. And parallels, aka hits. In inserts, we had a purple numbered out of 250, Ryan Mountcastle, Rookie of the Year favorites for the Orioles. We had I forgot what this is already, fuchsia. I want to call it magenta, but it's fuchsia. Mojo, numbered out of 199, Rookie of the Year favorites, Evan White. We have a blue mojo, numbered out of 150 for the Atlanta Braves, Ian Anderson. We have a green, numbered out of 99 for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Cabrian Hayes. And we hit an orange futurist for the New York Mets, Francisco Alvarez, numbered out of 25. That's insert parallels. Standard parallels. Purple out of 250, Patrick Bailey for the Giants. Nice Mick Abel. Bowman first purple mojo parallel for the Philadelphia Phillies. Tristan Cassis, purple mojo for the Boston Red Sox. JJ Bleday for the Marlins, purple mojo for the Marlins. I already said it, but aqua. Jackson Rutledge for the Nationals, numbered out of 225. A nice Jared Kelly Bowman first aqua parallel for the Chicago White Sox. Another nice Bowman first aqua parallel, Jake Vogel mojo, numbered out of 225 for the Dodgers. Robert Paulson, numbered out of 225 aqua for the Athletics. Again, fuchsia. I wanted to call it magenta again, but it's not. Fuchsia, numbered out of 199. Garrett Mitchell for the Brewers. And a Cavaco for the Twins, numbered out of 199. We had a blue Brennan Davis, numbered out of 150 for the Chicago Cubs. And a green Brett Batty, numbered out of 99 for the Mets. And then our autographs. We got a Yolbert Sanchez mojo auto for the Chicago White Sox. A Pete Crow Armstrong mojo autograph for the New York Mets. A Drew Romo autograph mojo for the Colorado Rockies. A Cade Cavalli auto mojo for the Washington Nationals. And a nice blue numbered out of 150 mojo Angel Martinez for the Cleveland Indians. That does it for the break. I appreciate everybody that was part of it, that came in and hung out. Again, everybody that's new to the group and the breaks, welcome. Take a look around the Facebook page. Follow our schedules. We'll be breaking a lot of different product. Any questions, comments, concerns, you could always message me directly through Facebook Messenger. I'm on there on the page, easily to be reached if you need anything. If not, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend and the beginning of next week. Once again, thanks to everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.